Rowley, a dog. Low high the crime rate is in the country now, boy. Forest, come down, come down. Inboot, come down, come down. UNC, in tongue, in tongue, in tongue, in tongue, in tongue. I don't want to leave you on top the horse. I need you to come down here for me now. You're claiming PNM them is boss, but look how high the crime rate is now. PNM feel the bright, they can win election tonight. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there, Rowley. Make me choke with that vibe. Champa, go to them, they not nice. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there. I just want to warn you, before the mixing would concern you. They went like keto and one voodoo. For the people like them to vote you. On the IG post you look nice. A million followers, a million likes. In the grocery, the food price high. Give we 2% and feed me with line. That man can mama guy. You feel it too bright. Yeah, we need election tonight. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there, Rowley. Take me to pay that advice. Calling in with them, they not nice. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there. Hines, where you come down. You're going on the beat up to mama guy, poor people. Good, you get wet down. Champa always in a zest. Least for development in a mess. Coming to the government credit card arrest. Remember when you buy all the wig and dress? Comments are millions if you check. Tell the people them how you get it. PNM government them on fit. Every minute them would raise the budget. PNM government them on fit. Suffer poor people in pandemic. PNM government them on fit. Give we 2% then they laugh at it. PNM government them on fit. Them on fit. PNM feel the bright. They can win election tonight. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there, Rowley. Make me choke with that vice. Champa, go to them, they not nice. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there, Rowley. Rowley, come down, come down. UNC, in tongue, in tongue. Forest, come down, come down. UNC, in tongue, in tongue. Rohan, come down, come down. UNC, in tongue, in tongue. Imbut, come down, come down. UNC, in tongue, in tongue. PNM feel the bright. They can win election tonight. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there, Rowley. Take me choke with that vice. Champa, go to them, they not nice. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there. I just want to warn you, before the mixing would concern you. They went like keto and one voodoo. For the people like them to vote you. On the IG post you look nice. A million followers, a million likes. In the grocery, the food price high. Give we 2% and feed me with lie. That man can mama. PNM feel the bright. They can win election tonight. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there, Rowley. Make me choke with that vibe. Champa, go to them, they not nice. Come down from there, Rowley. Rowley, a dog. Low high the crime rate is in the country now, boy. Forest, come down, come down. Inboot, come down, come down. UNC, in tongue, in tongue, in tongue, in tongue, in tongue. I don't want to leave you on top the horse. I need you to come down here for me now. You're claiming PNM them is boss, but look how high the crime rate is now. PNM feel the bright. They can win election tonight. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there, Rowley. Make me choke with that vibe. Champa, go to them, they not nice. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there. I just want to warn you, before the mixing would concern you. They went like keto and one voodoo. For the people like them to vote you. On the IG post you look nice. A million followers, a million likes. In the grocery, the food price high. Rowley, a dog. Low high the crime rate is in the country now, boy. Rowley, a dog. Low high the crime rate is in the country now, boy. Forest, come down, come down. Rowley, a dog. Low high the crime rate is in the country now, boy. Forest, come down, come down. Inboot, come down, come down. UNC, in tongue, in tongue, in tongue, in tongue, in tongue. I don't want to leave you on top the horse. I need you to come down here for me now. You're claiming PNM them is boss, but look how high the crime rate is now. PNM feel the bright. They can win election tonight. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there, Rowley. Make me choke with that vibe. Champa, go to them, they not nice. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there. I just want to warn you, before the mixing would concern you. They went like keto and one voodoo. For the people like them to vote you. On the IG post you look nice. A million followers, a million likes. In the grocery, the food price high. Give we 2% and feed me with lie. That man can mama guy. You feel it too bright. Yeah, we need election tonight. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there, Rowley. Rowley a dog. Rowley a dog. Rowley a dog. Rowley a dog. Low high the crime rate is in the country now, boy. Forest, come down, come down. Imboot, come down, come down. UNC, in tongue, in tongue, in tongue, in tongue, in tongue. I don't want to leave you on top the horse. I need you to come down here for me now. You're claiming PNM them is boss, but look how high the crime rate is now. PNM feel the bright. The guy win election tonight. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there, Rowley. Make me choke with that vibe.
Yes, indeed. Pleasant good night to all and sundry. Yes, indeed. They can't win anything. They can't win. They can't win. And they are becoming more and more desperate. We will talk about that tonight. And of course, we will continue with the series. With a series where we can clearly identify not only are they wicked, not only are they miscreants, not only are they criminals, not only are they murderers, not only are they incompetent, not only are they a despicable bunch of marauding, opportunistic political parasites, but they are the existential threat to Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, indeed.
Comments are millions, you can check. Tell the people them how you get it. PNM government them on fit. Every minute them would raise the budget. PNM government them on fit. Suffer poor people in pandemic. PNM government them on fit. Give we 2% then they laugh at it. PNM government them on fit. Them on fit. PNM feel the bright. The guy win election tonight. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there, Rowley. Me choke with that vice. Champa coach to them, they not nice. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there, Rowley. Rowley, come down, come down. UNC, in tongue, in tongue. Forest, come down, come down. UNC, in tongue, in tongue. Rohan, come down, come down. UNC, in tongue, in tongue. Imbut, come down, come down. UNC, in tongue, in tongue. PNM feel the bright. The guy win election tonight. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there, Rowley. Me choke with that vice. Champa coach to them, they not nice. Come down from there, Rowley. Come down from there. I just want to.
Yes, indeed. A pleasant good night to all and sundry, East, West, North, South, Central, our friends in Tobago, and wherever you are, streaming on the World Wide Web. A pleasant good night to you. Well, of course, we are going to focus on a slight change tonight. From tonight, of course, I will, in a sense, if it occurs, well, I will say, at least tonight will be the last night. Let me put it that way. What we will do, because of the concerns of so many listeners and, of course, viewers, I would like to make a slight program change. From about 9:15, we will start calls. I will open up the lines for calls at that 337-6948 number. Let me repeat, from about 9:15, so look forward to that, the regular and the non-regular callers from 9:15. Of course, our correspondents, our external correspondent, Mr. Santa Cruz, I'm sure that she would, once her system is up and running and she is getting communications, will know when I would have finished, or maybe at the twilight, or at the, let's say, at a stage of a particular comment that I will be making on a particular subject, and that she can make her intervention, and I will, of course, accommodate her only because she is a co-host, so to speak, even though, of course, she is external and calling in as well. So let us get it clear. From 9:15 or to 9:30, about 9:30, I will, of course, begin the process of opening up the lines for callers. Too many complaints, and of course we have sat down and we recognize, well, that is, of course, a difficult situation, because when I'm on a subject and then another subject is of course entertained or interjected by a call, and I feel it necessary to comment on it, to go back to where I started off or where I left off. Some people are getting difficulty in, of course, following, especially if you had just tuned in and want, of course, to get the gist of the subject, even though, of course, the same thing can happen if you would have started to look or to engage during the course of a particular topic that I am engaged in. But at least the likelihood, or the least likelihood, or the less likelihood that confusion would ensue when I am talking from the commencement to the ending of the particular subject, and up to, of course, I know that I have up to 9:15 or 9:30 to complete my presentation, my editorial, some people would say, and the concerns that I would have had, I think it will, of course, compromise and therefore address the question of people not being able to follow the subject that I would have been on, but being, of course, interjected by a call, which, of course, I give preference to. But from now on, we will have, of course, to streamline things and make certain that only from 9:15, I think that is early enough. I know some people want to go to bed and they would like to make their contribution. So I'm sorry, but you have from 9:15, that's the earliest. And of course, the latest will be, of course, from 9:30. So it means, therefore, from then on, you will have until, of course, 10 o'clock. And sometimes we go beyond, depending on my tardiness, like tonight. And then, of course, we compensate a little more. So I trust that that is acceptable, and that is, of course, will be received and adhered to. That being, as I know there are exceptions, of course, and as I said, one of the exceptions is Ms. Santa Cruz, who, of course, is our external correspondent, who will, of course, co-host with me but from a distance, and therefore using the telephone as well. Right, so that's one. The other one is that I am extremely elated to see, of course, this Professor Kojo, as he wane into, as he eat into, as he devastated the PNM and under Rowley as far as crime and criminality is concerned. In fact, in a previous, of course, comment that you would have made, carried by one of the daily newspapers, that Rowley is part of the cause of the unforgiving and unrelenting crime in the country. And of course, that gives credence to Rowley's own statement when he was in opposition, when he said in no uncertain terms that if it is that a government blames the opposition, in this case he was very broad, but one can narrow it down to include, of course, crime and criminality and the what I consider to be the amorphous or the illusion of being able or not being able to address the problem. It is intractable, in other words. Rowley said in no uncertain terms that if a government begins to blame the opposition, and God knows the opposition by Rowley has been blamed for every damn thing, the economy, crime, and we can go on and on, even, of course, those mysterious developments as far as the RAF and the tug and the pouring of bunker fuel, we know now, so let's be specific. Bunker fuel, of course, is used in the energizing or the as the fuel that ships use. So it's a thick fuel, and of course that is what was spewed and is, of course, wreaking havoc on the coast, part of the coast of Tobago, and of course heading towards Grenada as well. So I want to make it very clear. But the point I am making is that Rowley said that when a government is pretending that he never said that, and he goes, of course, to all kinds of parts of the globe to lecture. So I thought it was important. Let us get that very clear again. I'm going to answer this one, as I said, tonight might be the last night because of the surprise nature. But remember, once again, from 9:15 to around 9:30, we will entertain calls because of the concerns of others that I am not being allowed to complete any particular topic that I would have been engaged in. But a pleasant good night, welcome. Pleasant good night, welcome. Pleasant good night, welcome. All right, baby, that.
Pleasant good night, Mr. Lennox.
Yes, good night to you. Good night to you.
I am all right, Mr. Lennox. I want to just run talk. I want to tell you something that I observed today. Right?
Go ahead.
Right. Today on a radio station, a blind man called. Right.
Yes.
And he said he can see what it is the Prime Minister is doing to the country. Right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then a lady called, she's a senior citizen also, and the host tell her, could you see? Meaning in seeing that you could see. She said, yes, she can see clear. So the host asked her about the PNM like that. The PNM supporters have two eyes. They have an eye that they could see, literally see, and they have an eye where they can see what it is the PNM has been doing to the country since 1956. And one thing again, before I go
ahead.
A pirogue is a thing that's been moving slow because it has power. It has been pulling, so it has power. It don't have speed, it has power to pull load on the sea. How it is we couldn't detect a pirogue who was pulling a barge up to today.
No,
we can't detect that.
It's a tug, not a pirogue. A tug. A tug it is called.
So I said, let me bring this to the forefront, and I will listen to the rest of it.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, of course, it's a tug and not a pirogue. It's a small vessel. Will hardly be able to pull that far. If a pirogue was engaged there, the pirogue would have been dwarfed. And I to tell you how minuscule it would have been compared to the size of that particular barge. So it's a tug and not a pirogue. So let's get that clear. And I'm sure that is a mistake that he wanted to say tug and not a pirogue. That being as it may, vessels that go out to the sea every all over Trinidad coast where they have fishing villages, and they of course engage private persons and they catch fish in those pirogues. But a tug is a very large and of course a vehicle, sailing vehicle or a marine vehicle designed to pull things. So he is correct in that regard. That being as it may, of course, with respect to the first part of his of his presentation, well, I have one cliche. I have one, of course, maxim. I have one axiom for that, and that is, there is none as blind as he or she who refuses to see. Let me repeat. You may have 20/20 vision, but you can't see. So that lady and that subsequent caller to the physically blind person who can see what Rowley is doing, the evil that he's doing, obviously, as opposed to the person who can see, has her 20/20 vision, so to speak, and cannot see. So there is none as blind as he or she who refuses to see. It's not that she doesn't know, obviously, but she's trying to play the fool and pretend that that is not so. And therefore, she falls into the category of there is none as blind as he or she who refuses to see, even though they have 20/20 vision. I thought it was important, of course, to treat with that. But let's get on, of course, to the topic of the moment. I would love, of course, to put in perspective, because you see, while I am obligated, of course, to share with you the exorbitant increase in salaries and so on, the intention, we must not fall victim, even though we must reference it in passing because